The trading strategy that really works on the 5 to 15 minute scalping. Whatever that means. So let's get straight to it. Hey trading devs, I hope you're all going extremely well. My name's David and welcome to our channel where I go through trading strategies that I find on YouTube and on the web, and then I code them to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at another strategy that I found on YouTube, which is by a YouTuber called the Online Signals Scalping channel. So we're going to be looking at that. It is a scalping strategy that works apparently on the 5 minute to the 15 minute time frame. YouTube videos like this actually was one of the reasons that I started this whole journey, and if you are a new trader, I really do suggest that you watch this video right to the very end. So I guess the best thing we can do is get straight to it, get over to my computer and start coding. If you do enjoy the video, if I could just take 5 minutes of your time, so you could just hit that thumbs up button, which helps me destroy the YouTube algorithm. And you can also subscribe. I do videos on every Monday and Friday. The links to my Discord are also down in the descriptions, where I do live streams every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, let's get straight over to it. Right, here we are on my computer. Okay, so I actually come across this trading strategy first of all through when the members of our Discord suggesting it to me, and every day I tend to look through the trading strategies keywords on YouTube to try and find new strategies to code. I do about 3 to 4 strategies per day by debunking them, and this one just jumped up at my eyes because it was something, like I said, that I knew that my community was looking for me to code. It is a trading strategy by Online Trading Signals Scalping channel, a trading strategy that uses only one indicator, so we're going to be looking at that today. So let's get over to the charts, and as you can see, I already actually have the indicator on here. Let me show you what it's called. If you go to indicators up here and just type snapper, the big snapper alerts are 2.0 by Just Uncle L. Now if you click on that, you can actually add it straight to your chart and it'll look something like this. There is a couple of settings that we're going to be changing. You can actually hide super trends and all of that if you have them actually on your chart by default. And then we're going to be actually just hiding the colored EMAs, the fast EMA, the medium EMA, and just leaving the slow EMA in grey. I'm going to actually change that to yellow myself so that we can see it easier on my charts. The idea is if we're above the yellow line, which is the MA, the moving average, we're looking for longs, and if we're below the MA, we're actually looking for shorts. So as you can see, just with that, it could give us some good entries. Now, here we have these sort of block areas, which are red and green, which would lead us to believe that we're actually looking at support areas here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for a long above this EMA. I'm just going to cherry pick very quickly at the moment, just so that we can find an entry. Okay, this is the first entry that I've found. So what the idea is as we are above the MA, as I said, we're going to be looking for one of these green block areas here, where we're going to be adding our long. Now the only thing that we'll be looking for after this green block is that this second candle, the candle after this little green arrow, is actually closing in the green. Once that's closed in the green, we will be able to take our long position here. So I'm going to click here. We're going to be adding our long position here, and our stop loss will be just below this green line here. Our take profit will be a local high, so it's going to be roughly there. And as you can see, that one was actually a win. So our first trade would have been a win, which is great. Okay, now we're going to be looking for a short. So this over here is our first short. To confirm we are below the yellow line, I'm going to go here and put a short position in here. Now obviously the candle following the red arrow has to be in the red, and then we're going to put our short position just in here. Fantastic. Our stop loss is just above that red block of code just there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to be adding the local low as the take profit. So that's actually going to be this position just here. So that would have been a win, 0.42 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So that's fantastic. Okay, so that's given us 2 great entries. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and look at the code. I'm going to code this and then I'm going to optimize it to try and get the best settings. There is quite a few things that I don't particularly like about this strategy, but we're going to look at those after I've coded it. So let's get straight to it. Let's cue that music and start coding.
Come on, David, and once again he's gone to code a new strategy. He'll be back in just 5 minutes. RSI and MACD. If he doesn't run into any bugs, there will be a new strategy. Come on, David, hurry up. Come on, David, show us what you got. Come on, David, our patience running out. Come on, David, show us what you got.
Okay, here we are on the coded version. Now, as you can see, it has quite a few entries, which is pretty cool for the back testing. Lots of losses in a row, lots of wins in a row, a bit of a miss and match and a bit of a muddle up, but yeah, it certainly is food for thought. So let's get into the grubbiness of this strategy. Right, okay, so the idea is as I said, let's confirm a couple of these entries. When we're below this green and red line here, we're actually taking a short. So the idea is we're shorting here. Now we're looking for the candle after to be in red, which is confirmed, and we've taken our short just here. We're putting our stop loss. Now this is the fun part, the stop loss just below that red line, and I'm going to explain this in a second. So this is just below that red line here, and then we're going to be taking profit at a local high, which would have been here, this area here. So it's actually put that in the perfect place just there. For a long, we're going to be looking at the opposite. Now I'm going to have to scroll in here and zoom in, and it's going to completely confuse everybody, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. Now that's looking for a long. If the candle after is green, we get in the next entry, which is absolutely perfect. Our take profit is a local high, which is just over here, and our stop loss should be just below that green line. Now here's the fun part about this strategy. These lines here, which are considered as support and resistance by the Trading Strategy YouTube channel, probably not coded for that reason at all by just Uncle L, because there is a big problem with them. They are actually pinned to the candles, so as you move around those candles and squeeze them in and out, you can see that my stop loss line, which is pinned to a dollar value at the side here, is actually not moving in the slightest, but it is squeezing closer and farther away from that candle. As you can see, the candle actually moves, and so does that stop loss line there. So it's absolutely impossible for us to put a stop loss line just below that number. Now I have actually added in the code here a way of being able to append a little bit of a margin error, so you can go like, okay, right, let's be 0.1% underneath that line, but it is absolutely impossible for us to add a stop loss on that line there. Now I honestly hope that nobody's actually using that for a stop loss, because it's absolutely terrible. As I said a second ago, let's have a look at this. Right, okay, for example, let me put a long entry just in here, and let me put that on there as our stop loss. Now that would be a stop loss of 0.27. Now if I zoom my chart out and decide to move around and zoom my chart out, actually that line has moved. As you can see, the stop loss should actually be 0.21 now. I zoom back in, zoom out, and that moves around all the time, so it makes it completely invalid and debunks completely the idea of that being the stop loss. So I put it there the best I possibly can. Now that has given us also some absolutely terrible risk to reward. When you look at this here, this risk to reward, we have a stop loss of 1.4 and a take profit of 0.6. A humongous problem with this trading strategy is you don't know where the actual stop loss is, you don't know where your take profit is in advance, and often it can be a negative R to R. which is a trading strategy that I completely would not trade myself, as you could destroy your portfolio just in a couple of trades. Okay, we might as well continue. Here's the win rate. So we have a total win rate of 40%. Now I have managed to get that all the way up to 60 to 70% without changing much. But this is what I've got on these settings at the moment. Even with 60 to 70% of win rate, even higher than that in win rate, we were still not making any net profit. We have a 40% win rate or -2 net profit. We've closed at 264 trades. Our total markdown is only 2.7%. Now if I go over to the 15-minute time frame, we're going to have pretty much the same sort of results here. We have a 37% win rate, 4% loss on the account, and a max drawdown of 4.9%. So it was completely what I thought. As I said, if you look at the max wins in a row, there was a max wins in a row of 5 and max losses was 16, which means with those humongous stop losses at times and small take profits, it could destroy an account extremely quickly. Please don't get me wrong, I don't think that the indicator is no good. I just think that the YouTube channel didn't actually understand the indicator before putting together a strategy. Like I said, that those blocks can't actually be used as take profits. If you use something like an R onto R, an ATR band or something like that, I should imagine it will work much better. One of the reasons that I set up my YouTube channel was because I was losing money with trading strategies that I was finding on YouTube, and without understanding what's behind the code, you can't correctly trade these trading strategies. You can download this trading strategy on Tradingview if you really want to. I wouldn't understand why you'd want to, but you can if you want to, no problem whatsoever. You can find the links to this trading strategy and all of the trading strategies that I've back tested, the better ones, the links are down in the description. I hope you enjoyed this. I honestly hope that nobody actually is trading this trading strategy using this setup, because I do think they'll be losing money. So without further ado, guys, I wish you a wonderful week, and I will see you on Friday. Have a great one and safe, keep coding, make sure you understand what's behind those indicators, and I'll see you on Friday. Goodbye.